What's poppin', guys?
What's poppin'?
What's up, YouTube peoples? Well, we're doing a little something different today, as you can tell. Trying new stuff, you know. We're gonna do a mukbang with some sushi. Some sushi.
Yeah.
Let's see. Should we say what we got?
Alright.
Actually, I don't even know what mine are called. Or I guess I can look it up. You tell me.
Alright. Well, I'm vegetarian, so I got me some avocado rolls. I got 2 avocado rolls. And then, to be fancy, I got me some vegetable tempura rolls. Oh yeah. Honestly, don't know what this sauce is for. I think it's like teriyaki sauce or something. Snap, taste the sauce.
Oh, it's a eel sauce. Yeah. It's sweet.
I'll let you have that. Alright, I'm gonna eat a sushi roll because I'm hungry.
And I got, I'll tell you right now, I'm so sorry, apologize. I got a oh my god roll. This one, it has shrimp tempura, crab meat, cucumber covered with eel and avocado. Oh no, this is the oh my god roll, this one. And then I got a energy roll, which is shrimp tempura, spicy tuna, cucumber, baked eel, and avocado, which is the same thing. These are the same, except this one has spicy tuna. And then I also got a, what is this called? It's just salmon belly. Little salmon belly, delicious.
You done stabbed me.
So sorry. Alright, well, let's get into it. Want to take a bite first?
I already ate mine.
Oh wow.
I told you I was hungry. I'm gonna eat sushi.
Wow. And I know some of y'all might be getting a little. Some of y'all might get a little angry about it, but you know what? I'm gonna make some dirty soy sauce because that's the way I like to eat it. It's just my preference. I know you're not supposed to, but you know what? I like it.
Oh yeah. This soy sauce is real salty for some reason.
Really?
I think I'm used to the light soy sauce. That's
Probably.
Oh. Ow! Okay. Alright. Talk about the book thing.
Oh yeah.
Oh! Daniel, no.
What was it called? I don't know. I have it on my phone.
Oh yeah, I took a picture of it.
So, were you thinking about like doing a little book club?
It's like a
the both of us,
like a mukbang series where like we read a book and then like as we're eating we'll like discuss it, and kind of like remember in school where they would assign like chapters to read each night, and then you come back to class and like you go and you discuss it and you're like, oh, what's gonna happen next, like this is what I think's gonna happen. So that's basically what's gonna happen.
Yeah,
it's gonna be a little series. So in the next mukbang we're gonna talk about it.
We'll talk about the book.
We have 3 books lined up. So
the first one is called Everything by Nicola Yoon. It kind of looks like, I don't know if you guys can see it. But it seemed pretty. It's like, it seems like a teenage like little romance kind of.
It's the one where she doesn't leave her house, right?
Yeah, where she's sick because she's allergic to everything, and then she sees this boy and she's, you know, like, oh my god, I love him type of situation.
Yeah, she's like, he was so handsome.
Yeah. So so yeah, I feel like it's like a basic little teenage.
Yeah.
But you know what? I like those stories. They make me feel like, you know, I know it's not gonna happen, you know. That's not how it works, but you know, a girl can dream. You know what I mean?
Especially considering that you're already 21.
I know.
You missed this opportunity by like 3 years.
Yeah.
Damn, Daniel. Oh, what about this?
Delicious.
I don't want too much. A little strong.
And this is my favorite, the shredded daikon. Oh,
Man, this is strong.
daikon radish is bomb.
You know what else is bomb?
I don't like regular radish though. Like the rabanos, the red one.
Those are like kind of like spicy.
Yeah. I don't. I mean, I like it. No, I don't like it. But I don't like it because I love spicy food. But there's just something about the rábanos, the way that they taste. There's like a... I don't like it. But the daikon radish is... They're like refreshing.
I haven't tried this roll yet. I feel
This
like
is
it's
the
almost
first time you
fall
got it?
apart. Oh, I don't know, man. Alright, I'm kind of scared to dip it in here, but it's gonna fall. Oh, chetos, I was right. I knew it.
And she got me into this, what is it called?
LaCroix.
LaCroix. These drinks.
I
I know
know,
everybody's...
I have to eat this. I'm gonna cut it out. Hold on.
Okay. I know like everybody's like on a kick right now with these drinks, but it's so good. Like it feels like you're drinking soda, but you're not. And unlike other sparkling waters, because most sparkling waters have a lot of salt in it, these don't have salt in it. No sugar, no nothing. It's literally sparkling water with some fit. We got the passion fruit one. Highly recommend. Delicious.
0 calories, 0 sodium, 0 sugar. So it's basically just water, but bubbly and naturally flavored.
Bond.com now.
Sorry, did that make you uncomfortable?
We're gonna have to cut mine out too.
My leg's falling asleep. I have to wiggle it through the hole. Much better.
So everybody's gonna has watched the To All the Boys I've Loved. Haven't watched it yet, but we're gonna watch it after this. I'm so excited.
You know what? You know what happened earlier?
When?
We was on the way to Target. Okay.
So
So
we went to
there was a
Target.
tragedy.
It wasn't that much of a tragedy.
Yeah, that was like 10 minutes.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, you're right. There was a tragedy. Sorry. I thought you were just gonna go on with the story. I forgot.
This one's in charge of making sure that it's recording, and it wasn't recording, and 10 minutes had passed by, and
Anyway, so we made a trip to Target. She wanted to bring up the story
I forgot why I was telling this story, but I'm gonna tell it anyways.
about the Takis.
Oh, because the movie, we're gonna watch the movie.
Yeah.
So we were on the way to Target, and she was like, hey, can we get some Takis? But I was like, wait a minute. Why do you gotta ask me for permission to get Takis? First of all, I'm younger than her. Why?
It wasn't as much permission as it was that I wanted her to be on the same page as me and be like, yeah, let's get some Takis, so that way we both eat them and I don't feel as bad for wanting Takis.
So you're not you're not an individual.
No.
Who raised you? Wolves?
A strong, independent Mexican lady.
Clearly it didn't rub up on you. Oh my god.
Not on the $30.
Damn, Daniel. What do we talk about?
Got any stories? I feel like we talk all the time now that we're like here. Oh, tragic.
Should we talk about the Manny situation? Like expand on it.
Okay, now you can have your input. So let's talk about something. I don't want to get too into it because I don't want people to get all
upset,
but let's just kind of
let's just talk about what's going on.
Yeah. So the whole Manny,
Laura Lee,
Gabriel,
Lamora,
Jeffree Star,
and Nikita, but not really.
Yeah.
I feel like Gabe is the one who started it, but in the end he kind of was a victim, you know, because he was kind of manipulated into thinking that Jeffree Star like this really evil person, and he wasn't he was, I guess I can't say that he wasn't given a chance to form his own opinion about Jeffree.
He was just backing up his friends.
But yeah, but he was taking their side, but in reality, you know, they weren't really his friends. Let's be honest, man. Bunch of fools. And honestly, like, I can't talk too much if this YouTube thing works out. I can't be like Aracelli's cousin that hates on everybody. But I don't know. I'm like the type of person where, like, if I see something's not right, I don't really let it slide with people. I'm kind of just like, you know, you just showed your true colors. You know, this is how you are. Let's be done with it, you know? So, I find it kind of entertaining to, not gonna lie, I was like refreshing the subscriber pages. Somebody, I don't know if I should say who, but somebody.
Manny.
Okay, Manny and Laura, okay? I was refreshing their subscriber pages and they were losing like 10 subscribers a second. I was like, oh my god. And I checked back the next day. Manny was close to 4 million. Like, learn from your mistakes, people. Something I don't do, but still.
And I'm a bit, obviously.
She's more like,
I'm a fan.
You're more forgiving.
Yeah. And I always want to see the good in people. You know, I know people mess up, and I think he got caught up in trying to be somebody, like a face, instead of being himself. He was more, like he said in his video, he was trying to be Manny Anyway, you know, the YouTuber, the makeup star. You know, he wanted to look perfect in front of people, and he kind of forgot to just be himself, and he was trying to put on like a facade, which kind of disappoints me, you know. But and you can, and honestly, if I'm gonna be completely honest, you can kind of see it in his evolution of, I'm not saying that, you know, as people we're gonna change as we go, you know, through life. We're not gonna be the same person, but his whole mentality of like keeping it real and being, you know, and kind of being relatable kind of started to go away after a while, you know. And so to kind of hear this of what he did to his friends, or his friend, because it really only happened to Gabby, from what I know.
Laura, he didn't really defend Laura when everything went down, and that's like his best friend, you know. Even Gabby said it. Yeah. But I think the thing that makes me not really forgive them, well, I don't want to say forgive, because obviously I'm not a part of it, like they didn't do anything to me, but part of like I don't know the right word, but like
you're not going to see them the same way anymore.
Yeah, like in Gabe's video, he was very sincere, he was very genuine, he was very transparent, but you know, obviously everybody knows this, in Laura's and in Manny's video, they kind of were making, well, Manny was making excuses, like he was like, okay, I'm sorry, but, you know, like following it up, but that's not an apology, you know, if you're trying to give reasons, you know, just apologize and be done. And obviously in Laura's video, it didn't really seem like she was sincere at all, so based on the fact that they did these things to their friends, and we're kind of like holding all this against Jeffree, and like putting on like the facade, they didn't care about Jeffree, and like they were moved on from it, but behind the scenes, as Gabe said, like they were always talking about him, you know, like they always had something bad to say about him, because obviously they have to be constantly saying bad things about Jeffree for Gabe to think that Jeffree's a bad person, and to be enough for him to, you know, subtweet him on Twitter. Yeah. So I just think, yeah, they made a mistake. People can grow, but at the same time, their apologies weren't really apologies. So that's where
I mean, like Manny even said that he hasn't reached out to Jeffree or Patrick Star, because he kind of brought.
But why was he talking about Patrick Star in that video? Like,
because he was bringing up the fact that Gabriel had brought up that he doesn't do well in like his friendships, and that he always loses friends. Like obviously it's, you know, there's only 2 friendships that, you know, us as viewers know about and that we've seen. He's never talked about it, but obviously we've seen that there was something that happened there. Was Patrick Star, because they were best friends. You know, they were always in each other's videos. They were always hanging out. We always saw him on Snapchat. And then from one day to the next, he's gone. Then he's best friends with Jeffree Star in each other's videos, in each other's Snapchats. They were always together. Again, the next day, gone. He's not in the picture anymore. And now he's friends with Gabriel, Laura, Nikita, and they're all best friends. And now look at, again, the situation. There's something that happened, and if it didn't come out so publicly, I think the same thing would have happened. We would have noticed that, again,
there was a fallout.
There was a fallout. So that's why he brought up the Patrick thing, because Gabriel kind of hinted at it. So he kind of wanted to bring up that, like,
friendship thing.
That friendship, because it kind of goes into, like, his problems. Because Gabriel said that there's one factor in my life that's wrong, and that's Manny. And he's, you know, he's the one that needs to be kind of removed from the situation. So that's why he brought up Patrick. And it kind of sucks when you can't, like, because in a friendship, especially if you're really close, you guys should be able to talk about things that bother you. You know, even if you're not a confrontational person, if you're so close to that person, you know, you should be like, oh, you know, I feel like, you know, we're not seeing each other as much, you know, like, what's going on, what can we change, you know, that type of situation.
Alright, so the video got cut off again because this one obviously shouldn't be left in charge of monitoring anything.
Sorry.
You need to move closer.
I apologize.
Should I get closer or farther? Like, what makes it better?
You just need to get lower. Oh my god.
I'm old. Alright. Basically, to sum up what I said is, I think communication in any type of relationship is the most important thing, because, you know, obviously if you're not communicating, both people are saying things from different sides, so there's going to be misunderstandings. You know, like, with my best friend, there was a situation that was like theirs, but it was like the roles reversed. So I was like, oh, why do I always have to be the one to, you know, ask to hang out with you? I feel like I'm making you be my friend, you know, and it shouldn't be like, you know, me keeping the friendship alive only. So, yeah.
I don't know if I said it yet, but with any relationship, be open. Talk about it as much, like, as uncomfortable as it seems.
Oh, because people, oh, I remember.
Because you were saying how,
yeah,
how it makes people, she was saying how it makes people feel vulnerable.
Yeah.
To kind of open themselves up. And of course, you know, opening, it's hard. I understand it, because it's hard for me to open up about anything with anybody. It's very rare. There's only a handful of people in my life that I will deeply open up to. She's one of them, and someone else that I don't talk to anymore. But because you feel vulnerable, you feel you're now opening yourself up, and if it doesn't go your way, I feel like it can hurt you a lot more. You know,
so a lot of the times you'd rather just stay oblivious.
Yeah.
You know, and be like, all right, well, let me just leave it here, because, you know, a lot of the times, like, you're scared, because, you know, in your brain, it's like, oh, what if they don't care, like, what I'm saying, like, what if I, like, you know, pour my feelings and my thoughts and, you know, everything, you know, and confess to this person, and to them it, like, doesn't really matter, you know.
So that's why I feel like I can understand where Manny's coming from if his video was as genuine as he, you know, wanted it to be. I can feel, I feel where he's coming from. Still disappointed in him for doing what he did, because, you know, when you have a friend, it's kind of hard, because I'm the type of person where if you're wrong, I'll tell you you're wrong, depending on the situation, of course. But if something's going on, I'll have your back at the same time. I will be there 100% for you. Like, I'll tell you you're wrong later, you know what I mean? But
it's more of like,
in that situation, I'll have your back. I'll be there for you, and I'll support you and do, you know what I mean? But I don't think Manny did. Manny didn't have his back when he should have. He didn't have any of his friends' back And I think that's where it kind of disappointed me.
Yeah, because, you know, Gabriel, he showed his, you know, his true colors in that video, and I'm pretty sure Manny could pick up on the type of person that, you know, Gabriel is, and it seems kind of like he took advantage of it, because, you know, he obviously knew that Gabriel is a loyal friend, you know, because if he's taking their word for it, you know, like based on another person, you know, and for him to form his opinions
using someone else's opinion.
Yeah, you know, obviously there's a lot of trust that goes into that. You know, he probably really valued, you know, their opinions and things like that. And obviously, he probably really cared about them, and that's why, you know, it kind of sucks that, you know, Manny basically took advantage.
Yeah.
Of that, you know, especially because in Gabriel's video, he was talking about how Manny, on the plane, he got everyone together and like, okay, this is what's gonna happen. Like, you know, you're gonna take down the video, you're gonna take full responsibility.
We're all gonna do our apologies and this, and this order.
So it's like you can't orchestrate an apology. Like, then it's not sincere.
Yeah, like Gabriel said, if you're gonna apologize, then do it. Yeah. It doesn't have to be like a scheduled thing. Just do it. Just go out and do it.
I think it's also because, like, when you're that big of an influencer, a lot of the times you can't really see things from like the audience's perspective, and you're always trying to think about, okay, what's the best way to do it? And a lot of the times they overcomplicate it, and the best way to do things is just to be genuine, you know?
Yeah. So people will always see you if you're genuine, but if I feel like if the audience, once the audience kind of senses, feels, gets a, you know, vibe that you're no longer being genuine and you, like, then it's kind of over. Then we start,
you're gonna lose people.
Like, I'm sorry, I don't want to name drop, but in Laura's video, just because she cried doesn't mean it was genuine. It felt very
forced. Like, like almost like she wanted pity, you know? Like how she was trying to make herself the victim, like, oh, it's been really hard, you know? Like, of course it's been hard for you, you're getting all this hate, but at the same time, it's kind of like, look at the negativity that you put out into the world with these tweets, you know? It's like yes, you can't play the victim.
It was years ago.
But it still happened.
But at the same time,
and in order, like, if you're trying to prove that it's been hard on you because you're a different person, obviously, if you're putting out an apology like that,
then just come out and be like, you know what, it was a different time in my life. My thinking, my attitude, and my look on life was completely different. And now after, you know, A, B, and C, you know, I can see that I was wrong, and I'm so sorry, you know, to whoever you know, something more genuine. But when she's over here trying to make an excuse as to why,
saying she's like, oh, I'm from Alabama, and like, that's not an excuse.
It's not, you know. At the end of the day, we were, you know,
we were all in a history class some day.
You know, we all see what happens, and it's like there's no excuse to make stupid comments, you know.
I mean,
and Gabriel said it too, because he also had racist comments. Or I don't want to do this, but he also made comments on well, they all did, right? I think they all did.
I think there's a difference between like blatantly racist and people trying to make jokes that aren't funny. Yeah. And a lot of the times, like, there's always the argument, like, oh, comedy, like, doesn't have limits. Like, anything can be funny. But a lot of the times, like, people take that, they make jokes, and they're not funny, and it's kind of just, like, awkward. It's like, well, you know.
Yeah.
Are we supposed to laugh? Because, you know.
Yeah. Like, there's some situations you can get away with it. But it's also the wording. Yeah. Very much. What you say, how you say it, the way that she said these things, you know,
if it's on Twitter and you're just putting it out there like as a thought, you know.
And it was aggressive. It was really aggressive. It was kind of
like there was no need for the joke.
Yeah.
You know,
like if only you and like 3 people think it's funny, probably not funny to everybody else. You know what I mean? If you have to like
explain the joke,
explain yourself, it's not funny. You shouldn't have to explain something so that way people can understand it and why it's funny.
Yeah, and obviously everybody has said something that they're not proud of in the past, but own up to it and like, oh yeah, you know, I said that, like,
yeah,
I'm sorry, blah blah blah, this is why it was wrong, I know it's wrong, move on, you know.
But she was just, I think that's why she got hit the hardest.
Yeah.
Because she wasn't genuine about it. It didn't seem, she might have been genuine about it, you know, she might have really felt what she was saying, but it didn't come across that way. It didn't feel like she was really apologizing for what she said. It felt like she was apologizing because she got caught for saying it. You know what I mean?
She didn't want to lose her subscribers. She's like, okay, what should I do to like save this, you know?
Yeah.
Like it wasn't really thought out.
Like forget the subscribers. I'm sorry. Forget the subscribers. Apologize to just people in general, to the people that you hurt, to the people that you affected. You know, forget that you know you're gonna lose subscribers. Whatever, it is what it is. You're losing subscribers, and you've lost way more than that too.
Because at that point, it just seemed like.
But now, as a human, just apologize. You know, just be a human being. Right now, we're living in crazy times where we kind of got set back. We took steps back in history. You know what I mean? We're living in a time where these things, you're not going to get away with it anymore. You know, and it's hurtful, especially to, you know, to minority groups, to other people. So you really got to be careful with what you're saying. You know?
Especially because a lot of the times you're going to be held accountable for things that you said, because we have the internet and because everything's online, you know, and because once you put something out there, it's always going to be there, you know. And I guess it's like a matter of how you handle the situation, you know.
Yeah.
Like how you're growing from it.
You are, you know, just make good decisions, guys. Remember that what you say has an impact on other people. I know people make fun of like, oh, you know, everybody's so sensitive nowadays. No matter what we say, somebody's always gonna find a problem with it. And yeah, they are. But you know what? As long as you're saying the right things, and even if somebody finds a problem with it, as long as you know you're right and other people back you up on it, you know, as long as you in your heart know it's right. But if you say something and you kind of think that you're gonna regret it later, don't say it. Don't put it out there in the world. Don't. I mean, come on. I can't think that she was that ignorant to think that those comments were okay. I can't. I mean, come on. You know, you can't be that ignorant. So be careful. Well, you know what? I think we said what we had to say. I apologize.
Got kind of cereal.
Yeah, I got a little cereal. I like to kind of keep it light on my channel in life. I like to keep it a little light, but
you know, I mean, a lot of the times this is what our conversations consist of, though.
Honestly, sometimes we'll even fight.
Yeah, we get arguments, but we disagree.
Yeah, we'll disagree on things. Man, if you guys listen to the conversations we have,
you would think that we're mad at each other, but we're not.
Yeah, and you would think that we're like, sometimes we'll be like
crazy. We're talking about the Demi Lovato situation, and we disagreed.
Oh yeah.
What else?
You guys remember the whole
situation?
The whole situation with her best friend. Anyways, but you know, at the end of the day,
she's my cousin. Ouch.
Oh, you didn't make it blow up?
Squid. No, squid.
Oh,
no.
It's like that.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, so I apologize.
Nah, I'm not gonna apologize.
But you know what? This is what's kind of popular. Everybody's talking about it, so I kind of wanted to put our 2 cents into the equation and and I mean, I know these people are probably not gonna watch this video, but if they do, just in case, you never know. You know what I mean?
You're watching.
Learn yourself. Like just learn to be a better person. Learn to be a better human. You know, like
take some lessons. You know, I feel like everyone just needs to sit down and watch a Bob Ross video, relax, you know.
Bob Ross always just makes you...
I love Bob Ross.
You know, make a little happy tree, you know?
Low-key, all of his videos are ASMR videos.
Honestly, you know, everything's just a happy mistake, except with these situations.
Yes. Fix them. Fix the mistakes.
Fix them. Learn. So I love Gabby. I still love Manny. I'm not, you know, Laura... I still support you, girl. But we need to work on your
I highly disagree.
The way that you come out. We need to work on that, girl.
Highly disagree.
But
we won't get into that. This conversation's been too long. The slushy's gone. I'm sleepy.
So we're done, guys.
All right.
Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, comment, share with your enemies, your best friend, your
grandma,
your grandma's
turtle,
friends, your turtle,
your hamster,
the hawk that comes, you know, by.
Don't talk about that. We're ending this video. Bye.
Bye.
Jesus, you can't tell the people about that.
Oh yeah, guys, forgot to let you know that if you saw the makeup in that video you just saw, because it was pretty poppin', I kind of liked it. I got a video on it. We'll be uploading that very soon, right?
Next week.
Next week. Look at that. We becoming regular YouTubers.
Alright, shut the hell up. Let them go.
Alright, sorry.
They're sick of you.